Evening, everybody. I just got home from getting cow feed from the co-op this afternoon. It's supposed to get down to about 13 or 14 degrees tonight, so I figured I would go ahead and make sure I'm stocked up on cow feed. I also got a lick tub for them as well to kind of help them out as well to keep their body conditioned up through this cold and give them some more energy. I just pulled in here to our nursery. The sun's beginning to get low. I've got to button up a few things here at the greenhouse. Figured I'd walk you through, show you what all we've been doing yesterday and today. Then also wanted to show you our kind of our animals. I got to feed my wife's goats and pigs, chickens for dark, and then we got to feed cows as well. If you're curious, the cow feed I bought, I feed a 14% cattle grower, manufactured by Southern Seed and Feed, located in Macon, Mississippi, about an hour from here. Then I picked up a 30% rangeland tub to put out where I'm feeding hay to the cows. You may notice the frame looks a little funny maybe. I did not get my phone fixed yet. So I've got an iPhone 13 and one of the cameras on the back cracked a while back, busted, and then the lens ended up getting dirty. The camera still works, but the lens does not. Hopefully next week I'm going to get that fixed, but I figured I'd go ahead and film somewhat of a video now for you guys. Yesterday we worked on mainly cleaning up the greenhouse, organizing things. If you see behind me, we got two runs of baskets on the ground. And most of these we got some strawberries, dianthus, pansies, snapdragons. Most of this is left over from our fall sales, and we kind of revitalized the baskets, and I'm hoping I'll start selling some here in a couple weeks here at our nursery. Once we get some other things in and get some other things ready and going. We have about 200 hanging baskets hanging up right here. Most of what you see is going to be sweet potato vine, some petunias, really beautiful petunias, several different colors, calibrachoa, geraniums. We got a ton more of this type of stuff in the works for the spring. What you see right here in the greenhouse is kind of, I guess, a sample. If we shift to the back of the greenhouse here, you'll see that I've got two tables set up here. This first table here is going to be what I call my germination table, and so I've got to come through and cover at night. I like to cover, especially like our coleus, petunias, all the flower seed. I like to cover them to keep them just a little bit warm because I only keep it about 50 degrees here in the night. If I was to keep it warmer, the cost would just be too much. And I'll show you how much propane we got delivered here on the farm today. Okay, guys, I got what I needed covered for the night. So what I covered mostly is the flower seed, because like petunias, coleus, calibrachoa, those type seeds, you do not cover the seed. You typically just let it lay on top of the soil and keep it moist. So not only does this keep it a little bit warmer, but also it keeps it moist as well. So while I'm at it, I figured I'd go ahead and introduce Barney because you're going to see him a lot of our videos. Barney's what I call our greenhouse cat. We have other cats, but he's just a little boy cat that's kind of spoiled. I feed him up here every day. He used to be a wild cat, but he's come around as a nice pet. This morning, I have a boy that helps me about 3 days a week, usually. This morning he worked on seeding some oregano, pennisetum, some dill, thyme, and then we have some cilantro back there. Uh, Basically, we'll grow these out for about 3 to 4 weeks and then put them in 6-inch pots and sell them later on. We have some brassicas like cabbage and broccoli. Baby coleus right there coming up. We have older tomato plants there, peppers, better boy tomatoes. But we don't have a ton going on in this greenhouse right now, but I'm very excited to show you what all we'll have coming soon. You see up top though, you see some sweet potato vines starting to poke above the baskets. They've grown just a little bit over the last week. So I had propane delivered this morning here to our greenhouse, our nursery. I have two 250-gallon tanks, so I can hold up to 400 gallons of propane here on site. This heater behind me is 250,000 BTU Modine heater. It uses a lot of propane. This is my first year heating with it, so I'm still unsure of how much I'm going to spend this spring on propane. So I got two tickets here. Each ticket is for each propane tank. One tank held 71.6 gallons, and that cost me $199.05, $2.78 a gallon. And then the other tank cost me, it was held 200.7 gallons. I completely emptied it. If you follow our Facebook page, you'll know I had a scare. This propane heater ran out of heat, or propane actually. But 200.7 gallons of propane cost me $557.95. So if you add those two together, you're looking at $750, roughly, a little over, for propane. This should last me about 3 weeks. After we get past that point of the 3-week period, hopefully, I'm going to try to stretch it as long as I can. I've got a second greenhouse here that I've got to start heating here in about 2 weeks. But I hope to dial the temperature back. The temperature's not going to be as warm in there, so hopefully that'll help things out. I have a $4,000 propane budget for the spring. I'm hoping I can stay within that, but I may run up closer to $5,000. We're just going to have to see. If you noticed, in the greenhouse, you did not see any bales of soil sitting anywhere. There's no pile of soil just sitting around here, pot mix and all. That's because it's right out here next to the greenhouse. So we have been using ProMix the last couple years, getting it from our local co-op. It was close to $50 a bale is what we were spending. I was able to negotiate and get it down a little bit cheaper than that towards the end of that. But also, but I was able to find another supplier, a wholesale supplier, that can deliver by the semi-load to me. So I purchased 150 SunGrow bales that were delivered on site about 3 weeks ago, roughly, beginning in January. And these bales right here are closer to $40 a bale, or a little less. So a lot more affordable for our operation, and therefore we can increase our profit margin, which really helps because there's not much profit margin in nursery stuff. There is, but if you equate your work into it, it's a ton of work, and people don't realize that aspect of it. Also, not only the work, it's a ton of risk, especially if you retail like us. We don't have any of these plants sold yet, so it's a huge risk. I'm depending on marketing. If you watch our Facebook page, I market heavily on Facebook, word of mouth. Word of mouth has really built our business up the last few years, but mostly Facebook marketing and paid advertisement around here. It's about 4:40 in the evening now. Pretty much have everything buttoned up in here for the night. I just need to turn down our thermostat here for our heater. I just installed this thermostat not long ago. It is very poor on its calculation. It says it's set at 60 degrees, but actually that's probably closer to 52. But I want to turn it down just a touch. If you're curious to see what our pansies and dianthus look like, this is it. We have several different colors of pansies, snapdragon, and dianthus. Actually, this one here has a volunteer petunia in it. Pretty neat. Before I left for the evening, I've just bought a brand new water hose. So I've got a spigot at this end of the greenhouse, and I have a spigot right there at this end of the greenhouse. You'll notice also right there I have a Nutri fertilizer injector. I've got a Dosatron as well, just not in here. I got this new water hose, and so obviously they come pre-coiled. So I hooked it up to the spigot down there and unrolled it, and then I attached a water nozzle to this. If you have a nursery operation or you grow plants, garden, whatever the case is, you need to invest in a dram nozzle and wand as well. But it's very nice. It's kind of like a very soft rain, but it's a full blast water hose. Very tender when you're dealing with young plants like this. Now I'm about to get in the truck and call the cows up. These are 50-pound sacks right here of cattle grower, and I feed 2 bags per day to the cows and calves, so everybody eats pretty much. Oh, come on now. So they won't go obviously right through there, but they'll go back in the woods and back behind there in our barns on down the road right here. I think this afternoon with the cold front moving in tonight, I'm gonna feed. I've got 3 troughs I feed in, so I'm gonna put 1 50-pound sack in each trough. To give them a little bit extra energy for the cold weather coming up. So this is our little feedlot here, right out the back of the barn here. Every time the cows eat, they like to flip this trough over, especially because it has a hole in the bottom and leaks feed out. I've got to hurry before the cows show up so I can close the gate, because I do not want the cows in here while I'm trying to put feed out. As you can tell, our feed troughs are very wore out. As in this one doesn't have legs on it hardly anymore. I'm about 100% positive it's probably a common theme on most cattle farms. Well, maybe not with the cattle prices high right now, but maybe this year we'll, if they're good girls and boys, we'll get some new feed troughs. Truthfully though, we really need a new barn. Maybe a new barn with new feed troughs. Not this year probably though, since we're having a baby coming this summer. Typically our bull Cupid right there on the far left is usually one of the first ones to come up here. Then we have cows, a few older cows that I guess seem to be the leader of the pack, come up as well. When you open this gate, you do not want to be in their way. They will trample you. This is how we store our feed. We got some rabbit food here. We have we feed our mini pigs two-way commodity mix with a little cracked corn. Then we have some layer feed. Our goats get we do feed them hay, but sometimes also usually a lot of times actually we feed them compressed Timothy alfalfa hay, or no, just Timothy hay. The white goat's name is Buddy. Then we have Billy in the middle, and then Fancy, our little girls, on the end. Let them know. Our mini pigs get a scoop each of some two-way commodity mix. Spotted pig here on the left, her name is Peppa. She's a girl, a sow, I guess you could say. Then the pig here on the right hand side, his name is George. Last summer, not this past summer, but the summer before, he gave me 3 stitches to the leg. Not a fun time. So if you have a pig with tusk on it, please be careful. They can hurt you severely. You can buy this little chicken coop off of Ever.com, I think. $200-300. We beefed it up, obviously. There's Barney again down here in the chicken coop. We got ducks. Oh, I got a couple eggs. Then our 2 chickens. We did have a lot more chickens. They got murdered by foxes or coyotes or something. Then not every day, but sometimes donkeys will come up, and they have to be fed too, of course. Her name is Nellie, and then we have Jack. She was a free donkey, and he was a $50 donkey. So you do the math there. Not good donkeys. Probably later this fall, we'll have some baby donkeys if y'all are interested. Well, guys, we got all our cows fed, all these animals fed. Now my wife wants to be fed. She's thinking some chips and queso. So I guess we may end up going to Mexican. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, the sun's setting. So this is where we're going to end the video for today. But I encourage you to like and subscribe and follow us along. We got a lot of greenhouse work coming up this spring. But as we move past spring, in the summer we'll have some haymaking videos because I bale our own hay for our cows. In the fall we grow pumpkins, mums, all that type of stuff. So just a wide variety of things here at Dry Bottom Farms Nursery. Thank y'all for watching.